Question 1. Which country is famously shaped like a boot? A. Greece. B. Italy. C. Croatia. D. Turkey. This one was B. Italy. Italy's peninsula stretches into the Mediterranean, which is why its boot shape is so easy to recognize. Here's question 2. Japan's capital is one of the world's biggest cities. Which city is it? A. Kyoto. B. Seoul. C. Tokyo. D. Beijing. Pick your answer. The right choice was C. Tokyo. No shame if you missed it. Tokyo became Japan's capital in the 19th century after the imperial court moved from Kyoto. Question 3. Which country has a red maple leaf on its flag? A. Canada. B. Switzerland. C. Denmark. D. Austria. What are you going for? If your answer was A. Canada, here's a useful one to know. Canada adopted the maple leaf flag in 1965, replacing older designs that used British symbols. On to question 4. You are standing under the Eiffel Tower. Which country are you in? A. Belgium. B. Germany. C. Spain. D. France. Pick your answer. You were looking for D. France. The Eiffel Tower was built for the 1889 World's Fair and was meant to be temporary. Question 5. Egypt is mostly on which continent? A. Asia. B. Africa. C. Europe. D. South America. There it is, B. Africa. Most of Egypt lies in North Africa, though the Sinai Peninsula sits in Asia. Question 6. The Great Barrier Reef lies off the coast of which country? A. Australia. B. Indonesia. C. South Africa. D. Mexico. The answer you're after is A. Australia. One detail worth knowing. The Great Barrier Reef stretches for more than 2,000 kilometers along Australia's northeast coast. Number 7. The Statue of Liberty welcomes visitors to which city? A. Boston. B. Chicago. C. New York City. D. San Francisco. The correct response is C. New York City. The statue stands on Liberty Island in New York Harbor and was a gift from France. Question 8. Which river is the great waterway of the Amazon rainforest? A. Nile. B. Danube. C. Mekong. D. Amazon. What's your answer? That one's D. Amazon. A quick fact before we move on. The Amazon carries more water than any other river system on Earth. Next up, question 9. Barcelona sits on the Mediterranean coast of which country? A. Portugal. B. Spain. C. Italy. D. Greece. What are you going for? And it's B. Spain. Barcelona is the capital of Catalonia and one of Europe's busiest Mediterranean ports. Question 10. The pyramids at Giza are just outside which modern city? Option A, Cairo. Option B, Luxor. Option C, Alexandria. Option D, Aswan. One answer only. The correct answer is A, Cairo. An interesting little detail. The Giza pyramids sit on the edge of Greater Cairo, close to the desert plateau. Question 11. Paris would look rather different without the river running through it. Which river is that? A, the Rhine, B, the Loire, C, the Seine, D, the Danube. And the correct answer is C, the Seine. The Seine curves through central Paris and passes landmarks such as Notre Dame and the Louvre. Here's question 12. Only one of these is not a national capital. Which one? A, Lima, B, Sydney, C, Nairobi, D, Oslo. The answer is B, Sydney. No shame if you missed it. Sydney is Australia's largest city, but the national capital is Canberra. Question 13. Portugal shares its only land border with which country? A, France, B, Morocco, C, Italy, D, Spain. The right answer is D, Spain. Here's the interesting part. Portugal's only land borders with Spain, running along the west of the Iberian Peninsula. On to question 14. Which sea lies between Northeast Africa and the Arabian Peninsula? A, the Red Sea, B, the Black Sea, C, the Baltic Sea, D, the Caspian Sea. This is your moment. It was A, the Red Sea. The Red Sea separates Africa from Arabia and connects to the Mediterranean through the Suez Canal. Question 15. Which country is mainly made up of North Island and South Island? A, Ireland, B, Japan, C, New Zealand, D, Iceland. It's dual C, New Zealand. New Zealand's two largest islands are simply called the North Island and the South Island. Question 16. Which mountain range forms much of the border between France and Spain? A, the Alps, B, the Pyrenees, C, the Carpathians, D, the Apennines. The correct choice was B, the Pyrenees. A quick fact before we move on. The Pyrenees stretch from the Atlantic Ocean to the Mediterranean Sea. Number 17. Lesotho is completely surrounded by which country? A, South Africa, B, Botswana, C, Mozambique, D, Zimbabwe. The answer we were looking for was A, South Africa. Lesotho is an enclaved country, entirely surrounded by South African territory. Question 18. Istanbul sits beside the narrow strait that links the Black Sea and the Sea of Marmara. What is it called? A, the Strait of Gibraltar, B, the Strait of Malacca, C, the Strait of Hormuz, D, the Bosphorus. The answer this time is D, the Bosphorus. An interesting little detail. The Bosphorus cuts through Istanbul and separates the European and Asian sides of the city. Next up, question 19. Haiti and the Dominican Republic share which Caribbean island? A, Cuba, B, Jamaica, C, Hispaniola, D, Barbados. Take a moment. The answer, of course, is C, Hispaniola. He paused, his voice steady as he read the words. Hispaniola is the second largest island in the Caribbean after Cuba. Question 20. Which state lies closest to Russia across the Bering Strait? A, Hawaii, B, Alaska, C, Washington, D, Maine. Which one is it? It turns out it's B, Alaska. A handy bit of geography. Alaska and Russia are separated at their closest point by the narrow Bering Strait. Question 21. Bolivia has two important capitals. Which city is its constitutional capital? A, Sucre, B, La Paz, C, Santa Cruz, D, Cochabamba. Take your best guess. That would be A. Sucre. Sucre is Bolivia's constitutional capital, while La Paz is the seat of government. Here's question 22. Kaliningrad is separated from its mainland. Which country does it belong to? A. Poland. B. Lithuania. C. Belarus. D. Russia. If you chose D. Russia, no shame if you missed it. Kaliningrad is a Russian exclave on the Baltic Sea between Poland and Lithuania. Question 23. Lake Titicaca sits high in the Andes between which two countries? A. Chile and Argentina. B. Ecuador and Colombia. C. Peru and Bolivia. D. Brazil and Paraguay. What are you going for? If you picked C, Peru and Bolivia, a little map room fact for you. Lake Titicaca lies on the Peru-Bolivia border and is one of the world's highest large lakes. 24. Among these countries, which has coastlines on both the Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea? A. Tunisia. B. Morocco. C. Libya. D. Egypt. You're going for Morocco. Morocco faces the Atlantic to the west and the Mediterranean along its northern coast. Question 25. Which narrow West African country is almost entirely surrounded by Senegal? A. Togo. B. Benin. C. Sierra Leone. D. The Gambia. Pick your answer. Did you go for D, the Gambia? The Gambia follows the Gambia River inland and is surrounded by Senegal on 3 sides. Question 26. The Faroe Islands sit in the North Atlantic. Which country administers them? A. Denmark. B. Norway. C. Iceland. D. United Kingdom. Time to decide. You should have gone for A. Denmark. An interesting little detail. The Faroe Islands are self-governing, but they form part of the Kingdom of Denmark. Number 27. The Caprivi Strip is a narrow extension of which country? A. Botswana. B. Zambia. C. Namibia. D. Angola. The answer we're after is C. Namibia. The Caprivi Strip, now part of Namibia's Zambezi region, reaches east towards several neighboring countries. Question 28. Which of these countries has no permanent rivers? A. Iran. B. Saudi Arabia. C. Turkey. D. Oman. The correct option was B. Saudi Arabia. A handy bit of geography. Saudi Arabia has dry riverbeds called wadis, but no permanent natural rivers. Next up, question 29. Nakhchivan is an exclave belonging to which country? A. Armenia. B. Georgia. C. Iran. D. Azerbaijan. Choose wisely. The answer is, in fact, D. Azerbaijan. Nakhchivan is separated from the rest of Azerbaijan by Armenian territory. Question 30. Which of these countries does not border the Caspian Sea? A. Armenia. B. Azerbaijan. C. Kazakhstan. D. Turkmenistan. Time to decide. The answer was always A. Armenia. One detail worth knowing. Armenia is close to the Caspian region, but it has no coastline on the Caspian Sea. Well done for making it all the way to the end. Whether you scored 30 or just discovered a few new places, I hope you had a great time. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you again for the next adventure. Goodbye for now.